Hello, class. Well, this is our first recording of this year. Let's take a look at where we are. In our last class, we explored the order of operations and evaluated expressions. Well, in this video, we're going to use the distributive property to evaluate expressions, and we're going to use the distributive property to simplify those expressions. Okay, our new vocabulary words. The first word you have is like terms. Like terms. So, on your note sheet, make sure you copy this down. Like terms are algebraic terms that have the exact same variable or variables, that's what S in parentheses mean, raised to the same exponent. So, for example, 2, -4, and 5 are all like terms. X, 3x, -5x are like terms. -6p, 56.6p, 1/2 p, like terms. X squared, -4x, and x squared, -4x squared, 17x squared are like terms. Now, one thing you need to be aware of, these terms here with the x squared and these terms here with just the regular x are not like terms, okay? Those are not like terms. You would not be able to put those together. Okay, our next vocabulary thing that we want to get down there is simplest form. Simplest form. So simplest form is simply any algebraic expression that has no terms that can be combined or distributed. Okay, so when you get an expression to its simplest form, you can't put anything else together, you can't distribute it. That's as simple as it gets. And of course, during this video, feel free at any time to go ahead and pause this video so you can finish writing your notes. That's one of the beauties of using a video. Our last new word is coefficient. Coefficient. So a coefficient is the numeric value that a variable or variables are multiplied by. So, for example, in 3x, the 3 is the coefficient. -17y, the -17 is the coefficient. 1/2 t, the 1/2 is the coefficient, okay? It's going to be the number right next to the variable. It's one that you are multiplying the variable by. Okay, this is straight out of your book. This is the key concept of what the distributive property is. So what this says is for any numbers a, b, and c, a times, in parentheses, b plus c equals a times b plus a times c. And b plus c times a, okay, you can flip it around. It's going to again equal b times a and c times a. And of course, you've got the same thing for using subtraction. So for example, 3 times 2 plus 5 would be 3 times 2 plus 3 times 5. Okay, in the last lesson, we would have looked at this using the order of operations, and we would have said here that 3 times 2, in parentheses, we would have 2 plus 5, we would have said that's 7. Okay, and then the 3 times 7 would have been 21. Here is just showing you that 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 5 is 15. 6 plus 5 is 15. It works either way. Of course, it works here. Now, that's nice for the whole numbers, but what I really want you to see is for the algebraic expression. So, for instance, here, if you have, get this example down, 2 times, in parentheses, x plus 3. Well, that's going to be 2 times x plus 2 times 3. Okay, when you simplify that, 2 times x is simply 2x, and 2 times 3 is 6. Another example would be 6 times, in parentheses, y minus 4. Well, of course, that's going to be 6 times y minus 6 times 4. 6 times y is 6y, 6 times 4, -24. Here we go, 3 times 4x plus 6. Okay, that would become 3 times 4x plus 3 times 6. Okay, 3 times 4x is 12x, 3 times 6, 18. And of course, our last example would be -2 times x plus 6. Okay, again, we're going to take this -2, we're going to keep the sign with it. -2 times x plus negative 2 times 6, negative 2 minus 12. I would also take negative 2x. I would also take negative 2x plus negative 12 there, okay? Negative 2x minus 12 or negative 2x plus minus 12. Okay, again, feel free to pause the video at any time if you need to finish up your notes. Okay, so for our first example, rewrite y times y plus 3 using the distributive property, then simplify. Well, to do that, we're going to go ahead and multiply our 12 times y and our 12 times 3. Okay, so 12 times y plus, well, 12 times 3. That's our distributive property. Simplifying, okay, 12 times y is 12y. 12 times 3 is 36. So there's your answer, 12y plus 36. Rewrite 4, and then in parentheses, we have y squared plus 8y plus 2 using the distributive property. I don't know here. Well, it turns out we're going to just simply take this 4 and we're going to distribute it to every single term that's in the parentheses. Okay, distribute. We're going to pass it out, kind of like when I distribute back papers. I give them back to everybody. So you distribute the 4. So you have 4 times y squared plus 4 times 8y plus 4 times 2. Multiply out. 4 times y squared is simply 4y squared plus 4 times 8y. 4 times 8 is 32y. And then 4 times 2 gives you 8. And so your final answer would be 4 times y squared plus 32y. Sorry, 4y squared plus 32y plus 8. Apologize for that. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, this one is not in your notes. Pause the video here and see if you can get this right. So pause the video now. Okay, hopefully you paused the video, you've gone ahead and done the work, and now let's check to see what you got. Well, you've got 6 times in parentheses x minus 4. Go ahead and distribute that out. You should get 6x minus 24. 6 times x, 6 times negative 4, or 6 times minus 4 gives you 6x minus 24. Okay, this one also is not in your notes. Take a moment, pause the video, check your work, see what you have. Go ahead and pause the video now. And of course, coming back, if you've done this properly, if you've distributed that 3 to every term inside the parentheses, you're going to end up with 3x cubed, 3 times x cubed, plus 6x squared, 3 times 2, 6x. 3 times the negative 5 here gives you negative 15x. And 3 times 7 plus 21. Okay, those two problems were not in the notes, but you should have been able to get them. Okay, here's what I'd like you to do. At this point, you're going to pause the video. You're going to try these problems. You're going to rewrite using the distributive property. Then you're going to simplify each expression. These problems are in your notes sheet. So go ahead and try these, and I'll be back in a minute with the answers. Okay, at this point, you should be done. So rewrite using the distributive property, then simplify each expression. So right here, I'm going to end up with 3 times 7x, okay, minus 3 times 5, and that's going to give me 21x minus 15. Okay, you should be checking your work. Okay, here I've got negative 6 times 2x minus 4, so that's going to give me negative 6 times 2x. And then negative 6 times 4. Okay, so that's going to give me negative 12x. Okay, and then the minus negative 24. And I'm going to rewrite that, change subtraction, adding the opposite, and going to negative 12x plus 24. Okay, the last one in the U-try problems here, 4x plus 3. We're going to have here, after you do all the work, should end up here with 4x plus 12. Okay, there you go. That is the distributive property. Okay, you have some practice problems at the back of this packet. Go ahead and do those. And if you have any questions, I will see you in class. Thank you.